I married Joan. Woo, woo. What a girl, what a world, what a light. Oh, I married Joan. What a mind, love is blind, what a wife.
Joan Davis with Jim Backus in
I married Joan.
It's 1:30. Dan's supposed to be over at 1. Why isn't she home?
Well, you know kids, honey. They're probably out riding around in that hot rod jalopy of Tom's.
She's driving around at this hour.
Well, come to think of it, though, she's probably not driving at all. They're probably parked somewhere.
Oh, Brad, what am I going to do?
Oh, now, come on, take it easy. There's no need for this hysteria. Come on now, come on, chin up. No, chin up. Oh, that's better. That's my brave girl.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Brad. I'm a mature, grown-up woman, and I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to call my mother and ask her what to do. That's
Julie, you can't call your mother now. Look, she lives in St. Paul. It's 4 a.m. there.
4 a.m.?
Yes.
Why, if Mother finds out that Beverly was out till 4 a.m., I can't... Well, she'll do the... Oh, my God, that's a headache. I better get something for it.
Now, look, honey, you're going to talk to Beverly the first thing in the morning. Now, Tom Peters is a nice young boy, but she's been seeing entirely too much of him.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, he was here at the house every single night last week.
Except Thursday. Thursday, Bev went to his house. Oh, I better call the cops or the hospitals or something, Brad, really.
Joan, don't you think you'd better put some ice in there?
Brad, isn't it bad enough I got a headache? You want me to catch cold, too?
Now, honey, look, don't knock yourself out. Relax. Take it easy.
Okay, you pace for a while,
No.
Brad. Thank heavens. She's home. Yep, that's her.
Now will you go to sleep?
Yes, lover.
Don't forget, you're going to have a talk with Beverly the first thing in the morning.
Don't you worry. I'll certainly talk to her. Will I ever? Beverly, don't you dare let this happen again. You've stayed out till 1 o'clock for the last time. Besides, you've been seeing entirely too much of Tom Peters lately. And another thing, Beverly.
Johnny, will you please let me get some sleep?
Go ahead, Brad. I'm talking to Beverly. And another thing, Beverly, don't you realize that I'm responsible for it? Cannot keep such late hours as this. Here she comes.
Joni, are you sure you don't want me to have this talk with her?
Oh, no, Brad. I'll do all the talking myself. And believe me, I'm going to tell that kid a few things. Why, if
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Beverly.
Beverly. Beverly.
Yes?
Beverly, the time has come. That is, I don't quite know how to say this. But...
Joni, what is it?
Okay, I'll come right out and say it, frankly and bluntly. Brad wants to talk to you.
Beverly, you know how I feel about things. I believe in calling a spade, and I don't believe in beating around the bush. Do I, Joni?
That's right. I've known Brad a long time, and I've never known him to beat around a single bush.
Right. And I want you to know that I absolutely agree with your sister.
So do I.
So do you what?
Agree with your sister. I mean, agree with Brad.
About what?
Well, we were just coming to that. Were we, Brad?
That's right.
Tell her.
Well, you heard what your sister just said, didn't you?
And you just heard what Brad just said?
That's right. I heard what you both said, and I agree with you completely. I promise I'll take care of it. See you both later. Hi, how you doing? Oh, here they are.
Fine. Say, give us a couple Cokes, will you, man?
Did you get the tickets?
Yep, there they are. 2 tickets to Chicago.
Great.
First time I ever heard of a couple eloping and going to visit their folks on their honeymoon.
Bev, I've told you a dozen times. Ralph and I grew up together. Our folks know each other, and they approve of our getting married.
The only reason we want to keep it a secret is to avoid being kidded by the campus cornballs.
Thanks a lot.
You haven't told anybody, have you?
Nuh-uh.
Nobody.
Not even your sister and her husband?
Are you kidding? Joni's the last person I'd tell. She keeps a secret like a sieve keeps water. Come on in, Tom.
That you, Bev?
Yeah, Tom's with me.
Oh, I'll bring you some cookies.
Let's not get stuck here too long. We've got a lot to do before tonight.
I know. Janet and Ralph are both packing.
And remember, nobody's supposed to know. Not even your sister.
Oh, don't worry about Joan. What she doesn't know won't hurt her.
Okay, just make sure.
Oh, gosh, Tom. Isn't an elopement the most exciting thing in the world?
Here are some cookies. I baked them myself.
Oh, thank you.
Beverly? Tom? Got anything you want to talk to me about?
No, Joni.
Nothing? Nothing at all you want to tell me?
Oh, yeah, come to think of it, there is.
What?
These are the best cookies she ever baked.
They are great cookies, Mrs. Stevens. Thanks. Well, I'll pick you up later, Bev.
Nothing you want to tell me, huh? Beverly, what do you think of marriage?
Marriage, huh? Well, it's a great thing. Must be very popular. There's one in every family.
No, I mean marriage among younger people.
Well, I guess there's a lot of that, too. Kids are getting married these days who never got married before.
Beverly, look, you live with me in my house, right?
Right.
And you are my younger sister.
Sure. I'm only 19 and you're already...
Never mind me. It's you we're talking about. Now, what I wanted to say is... Brad wants to have a talk with you again. Well, I just couldn't bring myself to ask her point blank, but I know that she and Tom are planning to elope.
I don't believe it.
Well, I do. I heard it with my own ears, and even though it's supposed to be a secret.
Joni, calm down.
Oh, it's all my fault, Brad. Letting her keep such awful hours running around and seeing so much of that Tom Peters. And now the dopey kid's gonna get married.
I don't think so. She's not that dopey. No, honey, what I mean is that she's too level-headed and intelligent girl to do a thing like that.
Well, you really think so?
Well, sure.
But I heard them.
Well, it might have been your imagination, or you might have heard incorrectly. Now, I've done a lot of work on domestic relations, and everything that I know about Beverly and Tom points to one conclusion. Those kids would never elope.
Hi. Which way's the marriage license bureau?
Down at the end of this corridor and 2 doors to the left.
Thanks.
So you see, Joan, you have absolutely nothing to...
I never should have listened to you, Brad. I should have talked to Beverly and Tom at the courthouse. I should have broken up their wedding plans right then and there.
Joni, I told...
Oh, no, you've got to be firm about these things, Brad. I should have stopped the elopement. That's what I should have done. Should have locked her in her room.
Now, Joni,
Yeah,
that's...
when Beverly gets home, I'm going to lock her in her room. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll lock all the windows and I'll lock the doors. Then Tom can't marry her unless he stands in the hall with the preacher and he puts the ring on her finger through the keyhole. That's what I'm going to do. I'll lock her in her room. And just to be on the safe side, I think I'll stuff up the keyhole, too.
Joni, for the 10th time, threatening them and using force won't do any good.
Who said anything about using force? I'm just going to tie her to her bed and lock her in her room, that's all.
Don't you see, dear, anything that you do would only make them more determined to elope. You've got to use psychology.
Psychology?
Yes, you tried to discourage her from getting married so young, didn't you?
Well, yes.
And then failed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Now try psychology.
Well.
Promise me?
Okay, I promise. When Beverly gets home, we'll use psychology.
Good.
And then I'll lock her in her room.
Now, look, Joni, believe me, all we have to do is show that we approve of their marriage, and it'll solve the problem. If we insist they get married, they'll forget all about it.
You mean if we insist that they get married, that will stop the wedding?
Exactly.
Why, Brad, that's like giving a crook the key to the First National Bank to stop him from stealing.
No, Joni, don't you see? These kids are just rebelling against authority. Anything we tell them to do, they'll do the opposite. Please try it my way.
Okay, Brad. I'll try it your way. I'll tell Beverly we want her to get married.
Yes, but now, dear, you have to be careful. You have to plant the idea very gently. You have to be subtle.
Okay, Brad. I'll be subtle.
Hi, Joni.
We want you to get married.
No, what your sister means is, Beverly, we realize that you're not a baby anymore and that you want to stay up a little late. That's perfectly all right with us. Isn't it, dear?
Uh-huh.
And if you want to go steady with some nice young man, we'll be delighted. Won't we, dear?
Well, of course. And if you want to elope, we'll hold the ladder for you. Won't we, Brad?
Sir, Joan.
Well, gee, thanks for this vote of confidence. You certainly are talking about marriage differently today, Joni. Yesterday you were using threats.
Yes, but today I'm using sight.
We feel that you're old enough to go out on your own. We think that it's time that you got married.
But I don't want to get married. I'm too young.
Well, that's up to you.
Just wanted to remind you that we're having donuts for dessert tonight.
Well, it's good that we had this nice little talk, Beverly.
Yeah, well, I got to get dressed. I've got to meet Tom. And no matter what you say, I'm not getting married. More donuts?
No, honey, that's the cup of coffee we used to dunk the donut in. Brad, I'm so happy and excited about Tom and Beverly not getting married, I can't even prepare dinner. I mean it. What do you think I was trying to open with this can opener?
What?
This other can opener. Honey, what do you say we celebrate and go out for dinner?
Okay, honey. I told you that psychology would work.
Oh, and you were right, darling. You're just the biggest genius in the whole world. Here's a kiss for being so wonderful. And here's a kiss for being so smart. And here's a kiss for being so clever.
What was that extra one for?
You might have a talent I don't even know about.
Well, listen, you telephone. I'll get your coat there.
Okay, dear. Oh, I'm so happy, because you know I am responsible for Bev, and if anything happened, I think I'll call Chasen's, dear. I love their salad there. You need this telephone number on the pad, dear?
On the pad? I didn't write anything on the pad.
Well, there's an... Oh, it's Beverly's handwriting. It's Dunbar 3575.
Dunbar 357. Well, that's Lionel Cushing's number.
Judge Cushing?
Yes. Why would Beverly telephone a judge when she's out with Tom? Unless...
Oh, yes, she wouldn't.
No, of course not. Not after what you said, Judge.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Of course not. Brad, she did it! She was
You're jumping to conclusions just
Give me my coat. I want to get over to the judge's right away.
All right,
How
dear.
could she possibly do it?
All right, honey, just stay calm. I'll go and get the crowd out of the
Hold on. Keep the motor running, Brad. Married. I never heard of it. You can't touch me. Here now. Keep it. Should have locked her in her room. That's what I should have done. Listen to Brad and that phony psychology stuff. Baby sister gets married. It's like giving the crap the whole story. You should have locked her in her room and tell her.
Did you want a reservation?
Oh, Jason's. No, I changed my mind. Just canceled the reservation. Thank you.
Oh, that's all right, madam. And by the way, I think you should have locked her in that room, too.
Johnny, the car is... What's going on in
Honey, there's no use explaining it. You'd never believe it. Honey, but here we are.
Me? Just leave for a minute.
Why don't we just call the judge? Call him up on the phone.
All right, Joni, but calm down. I'll call Judge Cushing.
You know, this doesn't happen every day.
I know, dear, but you're so calm.
I could be responsible. Married, well.